The Song of the Midnight Owl. In a small village nestled deep within the forest, there was a legend about an owl that sang only at midnight. The villagers believed that the owl's song held mysterious powers, capable of guiding lost souls, revealing hidden truths, and even altering the course of fate. The owl, known as Olwyn, was rarely seen but often heard, and its haunting melody was both feared and revered. Elara, a young girl of 15, had grown up hearing tales of Olwyn from her grandmother. Her grandmother, a wise woman with a deep connection to the forest, often spoke of the owl with a mix of awe and sadness. "Olwyn sings for those who need to hear," she would say, "but be careful what you wish to know, for truth can be a heavy burden." One crisp autumn night, when the moon hung low and full in the sky, Elara decided to venture into the forest. She was determined to find Olwyn, for her heart was heavy with questions. Her father, a kind and brave man, had gone missing the previous winter, leaving no trace behind. The villagers whispered that he had ventured too far into the woods, where the forest's magic grew wild and untamed. Elara's mother had resigned herself to his loss, but Elara couldn't let go. She needed to know what had happened to him, even if the truth was painful. And so, with her grandmother's warnings echoing in her mind, she set out into the night, guided by the silver light of the moon. The forest was alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures, but Elara pressed on, her heart pounding with anticipation and fear. The deeper she went, the quieter it became, until all she could hear was the sound of her own breath and the soft rustle of leaves underfoot. Suddenly, the air grew still, and a chill ran down her spine. From somewhere deep within the forest, a melodious song began to rise. It was Olwyn. The sound was both beautiful and eerie, each note resonating in Elara's soul. She followed the music, her feet moving as if guided by an unseen force. Finally, she came to a clearing, bathed in moonlight. There, perched on a low branch of an ancient oak tree, was Olwyn. The owl's feathers were as dark as the night, with eyes that glowed like amber. It looked at Elara with an intensity that made her shiver, but she did not turn away. Elara stepped closer, her voice trembling as she spoke. "Olwyn, I seek the truth. I wish to know what happened to my father." The owl continued to sing, its song weaving through the air like a spell. As Elara listened, the world around her began to change. The trees blurred and shifted, and she found herself standing on the edge of the village, watching a scene from the past unfold before her eyes. She saw her father, tall and strong, leaving their home with a determined look on his face. He ventured into the forest, much like she had, but his journey was different. Elara followed the vision, watching as he encountered strange creatures and faced perilous challenges. Each step took him deeper into the heart of the forest, where time and space seemed to lose meaning. Finally, Elara saw her father reach a clearing, much like the one where she now stood. There, he found Olwyn, who sang a song just as it did for her, but instead of asking for answers, her father knelt before the owl and offered his own heart's deepest wish, to protect his family, no matter the cost. Olwyn's song changed, becoming more intense, and Elara saw her father transform. His body shimmered with light, and when the glow faded, he had become part of the forest itself, a guardian spirit, bound to protect the village and its people for all eternity. Tears streamed down Elara's face as the vision faded, and she found herself back in the clearing with Olwyn. The owl's song grew softer, more comforting, as if to soothe her pain. "You asked for the truth, and now you know," Olwyn seemed to say, though no words were spoken. Elara wiped her tears, her heart heavy but full of understanding. Her father had not abandoned them. He had made the ultimate sacrifice to ensure their safety. She bowed her head in gratitude, whispering her thanks to the owl. As she turned to leave, Olwyn's song filled the air once more, this time with a note of hope. Elara knew that while the truth could be painful, it could also bring peace. She returned to the village with a newfound strength, carrying her father's memory and the wisdom of the midnight owl with her. From that night on, whenever Olwyn's song echoed through the forest, Elara would listen, knowing that the truth, though hidden in darkness, would always find its way to the light.